Hi guys. I haven't been filming for a little while, and that's because of some life stuff that just recently happened that's been very hard on me. On Saturday, we had to put Saturday we had to take Tank to the vet. And he wasn't feeling good. He was throwing up and it wasn't good at all. And the doctor, because we were like, maybe he has worms, but we already gave him worm medication and everything. And the doctor says it's something more internally. And I had talked to Dad about him possibly having stomach cancer. Because I was reading about when dogs have stomach cancer, they don't eat a lot, they throw up even though they haven't eaten, they don't really poop or do any of that stuff. And those were the exact same things that Hank was going through. And we were talking to the vet and everything. We did an emergency thing because Tank wasn't feeling good, and the veterinarian hospital place was closed. So my dad asked me what I wanted to do, and I said we needed him in now. So we called the vet and said we need an emergency. It's an emergency. So she said it'd be 20 minutes. Cool. We got Tank, put him in the pickup, and went to the veterinarians and waited. We went inside, and I was afraid to talk to the vet, so my dad talked for me. He said, yeah, he's been throwing up. He was kind of having problems this morning, but immediately when I got out, Bubbles, Cassidy, went out, he was completely fine. And she said, yeah, he has something wrong with him internally. And if he gave him deworming, he should have only been throwing up for a couple of days, and he still would have been able to be eating and stuff. He wouldn't refuse. I put food in front of his face and was trying to almost force him to eat, which, when you have to force your animal to eat, is never a good sign. So we took him to the vet, and the vet said, it sounds like stomach cancer. Sorry, I had to take a quick break. I was not doing well. But when she said, it sounds like stomach cancer, I knew what had to happen. My dad knew what had to happen, and the vet obviously knew what had to happen. And she said, at this point, the best thing to do, the most humane thing to do, is just put him down. And my dad looked at me, and the vet looked at me, and Tank looked at me, and I knew that he had to go, because I knew that he had to pass away sooner or later, but I thought it was going to happen so much later than when it actually did. Come on, get together. This is why I was afraid to make the video, by the way, because I knew I'd probably cry a couple of times. So we put him down. She allowed me to say goodbye to him, because at this veterinarian hospital, they don't really like it when you watch them get put down, because the dog might... I don't remember how she said it exactly. She said something about it hyping up the dog or whatever, and that not being good when it gets put down or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we put him down. She let me say goodbye to him. My goodbye ended up me on my knees hugging him as tight as I possibly could, crying. And it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, was to come home by myself with my dad and have the only thing of Tank be this color. It was so hard to come home with just this and not Tank. So hard. He was my buddy. He was my best friend. He was in so many of my videos, and I was afraid to make this video because I was just afraid. I didn't want to at first, but I knew that I had to. Because if I just started randomly making videos again, people would be like, hey, why isn't Tank in this video? Because Tank was one of the main characters in a lot of my videos. I mean, in my, last 2-3 videos, I bought treats for him and he was the main guy. And now all I have is the leash and the collar. Sorry, I had to take another break again. But what I think of now is he is in a better place. So, that's all I'm happy for. And he's not in pain anymore. I just thought you guys should know what's been going on.